Hey, how you doing? Justin back with you to go through the Module 17 practice routine suggestions. Of course, really important that you start editing what I suggest to fit your needs. So I'm going to give you a kind of a 1 hour rounded practice routine, but you might find that you need to leave some of these things out, focus on something else. Maybe you want to practice more, maybe you want to practice less, maybe you split the routine over 2 days. You have to decide what's going to work for you, because we all start having different needs and different problems at this point. Okay, so I'm giving you a kind of a nice, well-rounded, holistic practice routine, but you might need to manipulate it, and that's fine. Don't be worried about doing that. My suggestions would be 2 5-minute slots on technique. Probably one of them is going to be the finger gym, unless you've got something more pressing that you need to work on. And the other one, the other suggestion would be doing the picking out individual notes while you're strumming. That is a really super cool technique. I tell you, you're going to use that for so many different occasions in so many different ways on your guitar journey as you move forward. So I wouldn't skip that one. For knowledge, I'd recommend that you have a 5-minute session on your C shape and explore lifting off the fingers, adding in other fingers, and then you've got 5 minutes on your triad practice, memorizing the triad shapes, memorizing those root notes, making sure that you can move them up and down the fretboard, find them quickly, jumping from one to the other, that kind of thing. This is not practicing in the song. This is just like the focusing on making sure you got your triads good. If you're through that and you're like, yeah, no, I know my triads, so I'm hip with that, probably you be swapping that with some music theory, that kind of thing. But of course, you know, you might need to add an extra thing or take something away. These practice routines at this point are flexible. Repertoire, I'd recommend that you find some songs to use the triads in. If you've got a jam buddy, this would be a great opportunity to find some songs where one person's playing the chord, one person's playing the triads. It's really great stuff to be working on. So definitely you should be doing that. And at this point as well, I'd recommend a little 5-minute session revising a different song from your repertoire each practice session. So look back, you should have yourself a kind of a repertoire list now, so you could either be revising campfire tunes, making sure that they're, you know, some of them are committed to memory, you can play it. You might be working on your growers, the songs that you can play already, but you're looking to add some more fancy things, maybe exploring some of these C-shaped variations and that kind of thing. Or maybe you're going to start having a look at some of the dreamer songs, the songs you really want to play. Just mix it up a little bit, but have some revision time in there as well. For time, which is kind of timekeeping and strumming, I'd recommend that you do the thumb and finger strumming that we've talked about. It's a really useful technique. You definitely don't want to be like a pick only kind of a person. You never know when you're going to be at on the beach one day and you want to play guitar and there's no pick. You don't want to be completely lost. So thumb and finger strumming, really good thing to break out with. And then again, the playing along with songs with great time feel. It's such an important part of the journey. It's something I still practice. It's such a good feeling, finding songs that feel really good and playing along. So you work on getting in the pocket, getting your timing real tight. Really valuable thing. You got two, I was going to say optional 10-minute sessions here, but the transcribing I don't think should be optional. You got 10 minutes a day or 1 hour once a week working on your transcribing. This time we've been working on those riffs. I've given you some suggestions. If you get through the riffs I've suggested, pick on any riffs, any songs that you like that have got a cool riff, just get stuck in. The more of it you do, the better you're going to get, the faster you'll be learning to transcribe songs on your own and work it out. It's a really important skill. Don't ignore it. And the last one is kind of optional, which is improvising. It's a 10-minute session on improvising. If you've been following along my practice suggestions and you've been doing blues the last few weeks, maybe swap it over and have a look at some major scale improvising using C major in the open position or G major open position or pattern 1 if you know pattern 1 of the major scale already. Whatever. But, exploring some improvisation, making up music on your own, developing that musical imagination in your hand, that relationship, and being able to express a melodic idea that you find in your musical imagination. That would be really good. Of course, one more time, feel free to edit this routine and change it up a little bit. This is a suggested starting point, but all of us have different needs. So make sure you get into the idea of editing your practice routine to fit what you do. As you move into an intermediate guitar player, all of us are going to have different styles that we work on. Some people are going to have really strong fingers, so they find some stuff easier than the guy with weak fingers. Some have got thick fingers, short fingers, whatever. Everyone's got different problems. Some people really struggle with the rhythm, but some people find that really easy. So you're going to have to learn to adapt your routine. That's the one thing if you're learning on your own, where you have to become your own judge of this stuff. You have to be your own guide and go, yeah, I'm cool with it. Try and be honest with yourself. Is this really working for me or not? You know, if you need to see a teacher every now and again to get a little bit of guidance there, make sure you're going in the right direction. Not a bad thing, but also a really good skill set moving forward is to become your own judge and your own guide. So yeah, hope you have a lot of fun with that. Some awesome fun stuff coming up in Module 18, some of it which I filmed already. You're going to have loads of fun with it, I promise, but don't rush. Much more important to be good at a few things that you can actually do than to be a bit rubbish at loads of stuff, right? That's really, really important. Much, much better have a few things that you can play and feel really good and feel confident than kind of lots of stuff that you kind of can't remember or you have to look up on your phone or your notes or whatever to be able to play. That's not so helpful. So yeah, hope you have a fantastic day and a good couple of weeks at least practicing this stuff, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.